Welcome to the Boosted Volunteer Podcast. We share the stories of dedicated Booster Club volunteers and the tools and strategies they use to run successful booster clubs. We also have sought-out experts on fundraising, volunteer management, and running nonprofits to share best practices. Hosted by Robin Eisler and Evan Eisler, you won't want to miss these great episodes that will help you run your booster club like a champ.
Hi, good morning, and welcome to the Boosted Volunteer. I'm Robin Eisler. Today we've got Eric Peck at FanFundU. Eric's the founder of FanFundU, a fundraising platform that allows fans to easily support their favorite school booster club. And he spent years in the loyalty shopping and affiliate fields and has found a way to optimize this for the benefit of these nonprofits, for these booster clubs. Eric, welcome. We're excited to have you today.
Thank you, Robin. Thanks so much for having me.
Well, tell us, how did you get started? How did you get into the world of sports fundraising? What led you to start FanFundU? And explain a little bit about what it does.
Yeah, sure thing. So really, it was a combination of things. And one of the best lessons that I'd ever been taught, which you always hear everybody say, do something that you love. But I was always taught by my parents that do something you love, but learn valuable things first. Don't just hop into something that you love without knowing anything. Now I've spent about 15 years working on loyalty programs, specifically in the loyalty shopping space. Most of that time for my career has been serving banks and airlines. And then after a dozen or so years doing that, I realized that I never sat at my desk and wasted time by reading a bunch about banks and airlines, but I did waste a lot of time reading about sports. Loved sports growing up as a kid. Obviously, I still love sports. But now over the past few years, becoming a father, I look back at it now with kind of a different angle and love that most of my great childhood memories with myself and my family were based around sports and based around doing that. And I'm seeing the same thing kind of take shape with my own family now. So being able to serve those communities that really provided me with so much are going to provide my kids with so much. I saw where I could take these skills that I had learned, take this skill set and apply it to something that I really care about.
And so when we talk about like cash back and loyalty, like you worked for a company, it was a part of like Rakuten, right? Like where
Rack
you
is
buy
correct.
and you get points back and things like that. How does FanFundU work?
Yeah. So essentially, in the basis, in the background, the same way that it's structured, how all of these things work are brands find shoppers valuable. So what they'll do is they'll have different companies, and when you refer shoppers to them who convert and buy things, they'll pay a commission to the organization that sent you there, that referred you to shop for them. This is cashback sites, it's blogs, it's those funny looking links that you see on social media that actually send you to the right place, but they just look weird. Usually it's because it's an affiliate link and there's that referral traffic going on. So what we do at FanFundU is we share that commission that we earn from those brands with the cause, with the teams that you support. Because really, at the end of the day, we manage the technology, we provide the platform, but the people who use our platform, they care about student athletes, they care about the teams in their communities, they care about the band. And that's why they're using us, not to go through us. So we believe in having it all built on shared success and kind of working together.
That's awesome. It's great to combine something you love with giving back to the community. It's one of the things I love about Booster Hub, right? I get to do
For
all the things
sure.
that I love and apply those to help volunteers and families in this busy time when they're raising their kids and all of that. You've been in sports a long time. What's like a common frustration or pain point that people find in traditional fundraising methods that this is a little bit different?
Yeah. So not really a frustration on my part, but there's so many different things, different organizations that want donations. And frankly, I'd love to give to all of them, but I don't have the checkbook in order to do that, particularly with 3 kids under 5 years old. My oldest is about to turn 5. That said, going and creating this in a way where you have people who either already do donate, already do write checks, but giving them another way to continue to support without having to write another check, or getting those people that are out there that are every time you ask them to donate to something or buy something, they say, I'd love to, but not right now. Now is not a good time. Saying, hey, we have another opportunity, a different opportunity for you. And it doesn't cost you anything. It's free to sign up. All you're going to do is when you're doing your online shopping, start here at FanFundU, click through, go straight to the store and check out, and then we'll earn something. You'll help fund a donation to us. Growing up, I think back to my time in sports. I did it all from selling the world's finest chocolate, the discount cards. We did a thing. I don't know how popular this is, but we always had like these mattress sales every year or so, which were great because it was a nice, bigger ticket item, but people don't buy mattresses all that often. So it was I don't know how much my school ever made off of that one, but creating something different has been nice.
It's interesting that the mattress, the mulch, and laundry soap are some really big fundraisers that we see. And I've always thought the same thing, like, I mean, I buy a mattress like once every 20 years, but I guess you get a nice commission off 2 mattresses. It makes sense, but it's a lot of work. And with the mulch, a lot of those programs go out and have the kids spread it, which is great. It's great to have the kids involved, but it's hard as a leader of a booster club to just be finding all these ways to make some money and having to work through each fundraiser. And I think of each fundraiser as like currency. You only have so much currency with your members, right? Like you can only apply it so many times. And if you've asked them to donate 10 times already, you're kind of running out of currency with them. This sounds like something you could like turn on, but it's a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, sustainability has always been a big part of it for us. And we work with a ton of different brands across all sorts of shopping verticals. So it creates a way that people can go and they can support, but it's not just one time. As long as you go and as the booster club, you're putting it back out in front of them every once in a while to remind them we do a number of things as a company, kind of retention tactics and things like that to stay top of mind. But people are always shopping online. People are always having things delivered. So we think that why not support student athletes every opportunity that you can get?
If the booster club could get one person to shop through their FanFundU store, if you will, to get to all these retailers that you have, like what's the annual, like how much would the booster club get from one person going on and doing their shopping?
So an average shopper, usually annually, that actually uses the program will earn anywhere from on average about 150 to 300, $350 per year for the cause that they're supporting. Obviously, when you extrapolate that to having all of the parents and grandparents of the athletes on the team using it, even larger, then neighbors, family, friends. And then in addition to that, if you're using it as a fundraising strategy beyond just the families of the athletes or the close friends of the athletes, but bringing it to people of the community, even while you're doing these other fundraising events, saying, here's the discount card that you can buy. And for your online shopping, go and sign up for FanFundU, select our school and support us. Now you're talking about where getting everyone together, you easily fund tens of thousands of dollars per year by just having people sign up online.
So walk us through exactly how it works. So does the program need to sign up with FanFundU?
Yep. So the booster club would or school would register with us for free on fanfundu.com. That's FANFUND, the letter U.com. What we do is we just review it real quick, approve, and then allow shoppers to start coming on and using our platform. From there, shoppers will sign up, just give us a name and an email, and then select the team that they'd like to support. From there, they gain access to 500 of the largest retailers in the US. Each one, along with FanFundU, funds a donation to the team that you support when you make purchases. On our site, you'll see exactly how much they're going to fund. Most of them do it on a percentage basis. So, 5% of your total purchase or 10%. And we even have some bounties as well. Wall Street Journal, for example, a number of service retailers do this. But Wall Street Journal will fund $15 towards your organization for buying a $2 a month online subscription to Wall Street Journal. So there's some cool stuff there that works as well. Another thing that we try to have on there for the shoppers as an added benefit is when a brand has a great sale, they typically let us know. So we'll host those offer details and the coupon codes. So when Macy's has their friends and family sale with code friend30 or whatever it may be, we'll have those on the site. So as a shopper, you're seeing all the benefits you would get from shopping, but then on the back end, know that you're supporting the team, supporting the band, whatever you want to support.
And for the booster club officers or the fundraiser administrators, what does it look like on an ongoing basis? Like, what's their role? Are they promoting the shopping site, the links? How does that look? What does that look like?
Yeah. So in general, most of them that we work with now just promote FanFundU, remind people We have all sorts of marketing that goes out. We send out emails regularly with kind of the best deal. So we just did for Father's Day, since that was a few days ago, and had Father's Day emails. We'll have 4th of July emails coming up pretty soon here, and try to keep things top of mind and let all of our shoppers know, anybody who signed up with us, the best deals that are going on, and obviously remind them how much they'll be earning while they shop for their teams.
Like, how do you handle the transparency? Like, how does the club know, okay, this is the shopper, or do they see that information, or do they just see this is how much was raised?
Yeah, good question. So right now, what it has been for a while with our partners is a lot of back and forth with myself and my team to our partners that we work with. We're actually right now working on a great new kind of back end platform for the team administrators for all of our partners, and just creating a dashboard that's going to show you the number of fans registered, kind of the dates and over time to see how it's growing, pending funds, the funds available, and everything like that. We're also always open to feedback and hearing more to see what really it is that the booster clubs want, our partners want to see there, so we can work on getting it added and making it the best platform for you.
And just to clarify, you generally, this has been offered to like the collegiate fan base currently,
Yes,
and you're kind of now jumping into high school fans and booster clubs and things like that, right? So that you've been working up in the collegiate space.
exactly. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of work with universities and mostly Power 4 universities, which is a lot of fun doing that. But opening it up to high school and club is something that we just recently did. So we're excited to start onboarding at that level as well.
I love it. What's the biggest barrier to success? So, like, this sounds like a no brainer to me. Like, what are the obstacles that people face and how can they overcome them?
We do everything we can to try to remove any barriers. Taking care of the technology and doing all the technical integration. There's no technical integration for our partners. We do it all on our end. The biggest hurdle really is probably just promoting it and getting it out there and having people sign up and reminding them every once in a while. As I mentioned earlier, the entire platform is built on shared success. So we don't have any fees for any of the teams or programs that we work with. We don't have any fees for shoppers. They come on and shop like they normally would. Once they actually click through from our site to one of the retailers, you go directly to their homepage and check out like you normally would. It's the retailer then on the back end reports to us and says they spent this much. Here's the commission. That way we can go and get the donation to your team. And so really it's built on the basis of, if FanFundU works well for you as a booster club, then it's going to work for us too. And FanFundU is a organization. We're going to make some money off of it too. If it doesn't work well for you, it's not going to be working well for us either. So really it's in our best interest to work with you and make sure that we do everything to get it working, because otherwise we have a website that's just kind of floating around out there and not doing much.
So, you have about 500 different stores and retailers on there that people can access.
We do. We have over 500 retailers. We add new ones all the time, but it goes across shopping verticals. To just kind of rattle off some of the big ones, some of our favorite partners, like top ones. There's Nike and Under Armour, Sam's Club, Macy's, Dick's Sporting Goods, Fanatics and StubHub, and Belk and Tommy Hilfiger and Gap Brand. We have a number of travel partners. So Expedia and Priceline and all those OTAs are on there. Hotels.com, Intercontinental Hotels Group. Like I
So,
mentioned. Oh,
if you're
yeah.
going to plan a big family vacation, you could plan it through the Fan Fund You. Then your booster club would get a little boost from that, if you will.
Absolutely. Yeah. We actually just went and did one of those, and we're using the site. And I think the total, just for like a 4-day, 5-day trip out to down to Florida, ended up being something in between the flights, the hotel rooms, and a rental car. It ended up being like $80 or something like that would go back to the team. So it adds up pretty quick when you're doing that. But yeah, so we're always getting new retailers on there and excited to kind of expand our reach and the options for our shoppers.
How do you think this type of program can help build a relationship between the booster club and their community? Like, to me, this seems like you could put this out there just generally to your whole school, your whole community, a little bit broader than maybe just the families who have students on the team or in the program.
Ideally, I think that's what you would want to do, especially to bring in more for the booster club. As far as building relationship, like you said, I do think it's nice to have something for people out there who, again, they might not be interested in purchasing exactly what you're selling for that fundraiser for they eat too many cookies and candy bars to begin with, or somebody that just doesn't have a need for it right now, but to go and tell them like, well, we know that you do online shopping. We know that pretty much everybody does online shopping at this point. If you do sign up and select us as the people that you'd like to support, by going through that, you'll never miss an opportunity to support us and to support student athletes in your community. So I think that's a nice to give an additional option that way. So that's our goal, is to kind of be out there and have a tool that's useful for the schools and the organizations that we support, and create it so communities can support those same organizations in an easy, kind of convenient way.
You talked about you did sports as a kid and you follow sports. What kind of activities were you involved in growing up? I always like to ask our guests that on the podcast. There's usually some link back almost always to what they're doing now. So I'm curious.
Absolutely. So yeah, we were definitely a sports family. Myself and my brothers played football and baseball and basketball. We played tennis, mostly because our high school tennis team was no good, so you could make the team even if you were terrible. So we did that, but we had a lot of fun doing it. And yeah, my dad oftentimes was coaching us depending on what level we were at, which was always funny because he was a football guy through and through, and he coached basketball as if he was a football guy and baseball like a football guy. And I don't know that the other parents always loved it, but we enjoyed it. And then my mom was always constantly running the concession stand and doing that. I don't know how many games are like of ours that she missed just because she was out there doing the Gatorades and hot dogs and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we were pretty much any weekend of my childhood. We were at the field, we were on the court, we were there doing it, and that was our community. And now I see it, my oldest, like I said, is he's about to turn 5 and he's getting to be school aged. And I already see our path with what's happening and what he's going to. We just did T-ball with him and my 3-year-old son. So I know what our calendar looks like for the next 15 years. I don't know that my wife knows that yet, but I have a pretty good idea I know where we're going to be. Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that double-edged sword of like your mom was there, she was supporting you, but she was in the concession stand and working the concession stand, not always there to watch the games. That's something we try so hard at Booster Hub to try to give people tools so they can do both, right? Like we don't want the parents to miss out on what their kids are doing just by being the ones to support the kid doing it, right? It's a double-edged sword.
Definitely. But yeah, creates lots of happy times for families for sure.
Absolutely. Well, Eric, thanks for joining us. We'll put a link in the podcast notes to FanFundU so that people can find you. And we love that you're pushing this down into the high school space. It sounds like a great opportunity for booster clubs to find just another way to bring more money in and support the students.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on.
All right. Take care. We'll see you soon.
You too. Bye.
The Boosted Volunteer is brought to you by Booster Hub. To find out more about Booster Hub and how our app can help you improve communications, increase engagement, raise more money, and manage your booster club responsibly, visit www.boosterhub.com. And then make sure to search for Booster Club Podcast in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts, or anywhere else podcasts are found. Make sure to click subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. On behalf of the team here at Booster Hub, thanks for listening.